Thank you very much for staying with us and joining us once again on this channel, Sports 70GH. Please do well to subscribe to the channel, like the video, hit the notification bell, and select all. Leave your thoughts, comments, views, opinions below in the comment section if you have any. It's always a great pleasure to have you join us. Thank you very much for staying with us once again. Today is 21st of February 2025. Exactly 1 month today, the Nigerian Super Eagles will be playing their next FIFA World Cup qualifying game versus Rwanda in the group, and it promises to be a very exciting one over there. We are bringing you the very details of the predicted squad that coach CHELLE should use or is likely to call up for the two World Cup qualifying games Nigeria Super Eagles will be playing in the month of March, at the time best or during the end of March. All right, so the two qualifying games, there should be a squad, all right, a Super Eagles squad for the two qualifying games. We are going to try our best to predict the squad for you, and also we look at the dynamics of the group. It's very important. Even before the squad, we want to look at the dynamics of the group. Nigeria is in a very difficult situation, and they need to salvage the needed points. In fact, if Super Eagles gets all the 6 maximum points in the 2 games they are playing versus Rwanda and Zimbabwe, it will not be a bad one at all. In fact, it will be a very, very good feat for them to get the hope of getting into the 2026 FIFA World Cup qualifiers straight, all right, as in topping the table and then going straight to the tournament. All right, yeah, so continue. Please do also subscribe to the channel, and let me know your thoughts, comment, views, opinions in the comment section of the video. What do you think about all the issues we are going to discuss with you? Which ones do you agree with us? Which ones do you disagree with us? Let's know all of that in the comment section. So on the 21st of March 2025, Nigeria Super Eagles will be playing versus Rwanda, and then on the 25th of March, 4 days later, Super Eagles will play versus Zimbabwe in the group. Now, this is how the group looks. Surprisingly, Rwanda is first in the group with 7 points. FIFA World Cup qualifiers 2026 in the United States of America, Mexico, and Canada. Don't forget that those 3 countries will be hosting the competition. Rwanda is first in the group with 7 points. South Africa is second in the group with 7 points. Benin is third in the group with 7 points. So 3 teams in the group C of the World Cup qualifiers, all of them with 7 points. Now group number 4, or the 4th place team in the group, is Lesotho with 5 points. Lesotho is having more points than Nigeria, and Nigeria Super Eagles is 5th, or lying 5th on the league log with just 3 points out of 4 games, 0 wins, 3 draws, and then 1 loss. 0 wins, 3 draws, and 1 loss. Now 3 points, so it means that from the top of the group to Nigeria, or Nigeria is in a deficit of 5 points from the top of the group. All right, yes, it's falling short of 5 points from the top of it, and that's the reason why Nigeria should get all the 6 maximum points that they'll be playing for in the month of March. Do you get a point? So if you get all the 6 points, you are going to 9 points, and 6 points, you are getting 3 points from Rwanda. So if you get 3 points from Rwanda, it means Nigeria Super Eagles will go to that 6 points, and Rwanda will stay on 7 points. All right, South Africa is a very key competitor for Nigeria in the FIFA World Cup qualifiers, but let's just deal with Nigeria now. So if they get 6 points and Rwanda stays on 7, it means they are pushing up. And then the next game for Nigeria will be versus Zimbabwe, also in the month of March 25th. Zimbabwe is lying 6th with 0 points, 2 draws, and then 2 losses. If they get all the 3 points versus Zimbabwe, they're going 6th, that's 9 points. So Nigeria will stay 9 points, and then Rwanda will play 1 game with exception of Nigeria. So South Africa will be playing versus one of I think Benin and Lesotho. Is that not it? Yes, and they will be fighting for a spot there. So the point is that if Nigeria wants to have any hope of qualifying for the 2026 FIFA World Cup, which will be staged in the United States of America, Canada, and Mexico, it means that Nigeria Super Eagles must get all the 6 maximum points versus these 2 clubs we've mentioned. That's the barest minimum of requirement for Nigeria Super Eagles, because we've already told you that South Africa is on 7 points, Benin is on 7 points. So it's not like Nigeria is just battling with just one team. If Nigeria was only battling with South Africa and all the rest of the teams are on 2 points, 1 point, and the things like that, Nigeria will be like, okay, so South Africa, we have to beat South Africa, we have to get points from here and then. But right now, Nigeria is battling with about 3 teams. Yes, we know that the key or competitive competitor, the key competitor in this group will be South Africa, because they would want to qualify for the World Cup. Is that not? So they will be the key competitor in this group. We know that. But then, as it stands now, they are not the only key competitor. There are about 3 competitors. That is Rwanda, South Africa, and then Benin. So it's important to get all the 3 maximum points. And I know Coach Eric CHELLE will be looking at that. But let me talk to you also about Nigeria versus Rwanda. And it is I don't know why it is like that, but it's a very surprising thing for me to know that Nigeria hasn't beaten Rwanda. In 3 attempts, Nigeria has failed to beat Rwanda. 3 games attempts. This is serious. In the African Cup of Nations qualifiers that just ended, the 2025 African Cup of Nations qualifiers, Nigeria was in the same group with Rwanda. Nigeria went away to Rwanda and played 0-0 in Rwanda. They stayed at home and Rwanda came to beat Nigeria at home 2-1. So it tells you that clearly this is going to be a difficult game. And even before those 2 games, Nigeria played versus alright, so this one was championship, AFCON championship, and yeah. But then the Super Eagles, the senior national team, Nigeria is struggling to beat Rwanda, and this time I don't know, it's going to be one of the very difficult games for Nigeria Super Eagles, especially when they will be going away to Rwanda. So they will go away again. And if you look at the fact that Rwanda will get their confidence from they beating Nigeria the last time they met, even at your own backyard. And this is World Cup qualifiers. They have the momentum, they have the points and everything. But look, a lot of things can change, and a lot of things have changed. That's the truth. Right now, Victor Osimhen is in the form of his life. A lot of the Nigerian players are doing very well. Ademola Lookman and the rest. Some months back when we were playing the World Cup qualifiers, it wasn't like that. There were some certain injuries and Nigeria were generally poor. But if you look at the AFCON qualifiers, the number of games they won and all of that, garnering up to this time, it tells you that indeed the Super Eagles can do something this time round versus Rwanda and versus Zimbabwe. Even for Zimbabwe, I don't know, but I don't know why these clubs or these nations are being a bogey nation for the Nigeria Super Eagles, because even for Zimbabwe, Nigeria struggles to beat them in an international friendly game that happened on the 8th of June 2019. Nigeria drew 0-0 with Zimbabwe. And then in the FIFA World Cup qualifiers, all right, this same competition that we are playing, the first leg, Nigeria went away to Zimbabwe and drew 1-1. It was a very, very surprising scoreline that came out. Nigeria drawing 1-1 with Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe is supposed to be the whipping boys in the group. Nigeria drew 1-1 with them. So even with Zimbabwe, Nigeria cannot show some authority over them. So the 2 games are very difficult games for Coach Eric CHELLE. Very, very difficult game, but they are important games, because if you ask anybody on the streets of Abuja, anybody on the streets of Lagos, on the streets of all the cities in Nigeria, they will tell you that, Charlie, this World Cup qualifier or this World Cup tournament staged in United States of America, Canada and Mexico is a life-changing tournament. If we couldn't qualify for Qatar, we are okay, but we cannot afford not to qualify for this tournament in Canada and USA. So it is something that is bread and butter issue. The qualification for World Cup 2026 is bread and butter issue for Nigerians, for Africans. So Nigeria have to do very well. Now let's look at the squad. The possible squad Coach Eric CHELLE is going to call. We are just going to focus on the goalkeepers and the defenders in this video. In subsequent videos, we will focus on the midfielders likely to get a call up to the senior national team of Nigeria in terms of this World Cup qualifiers. All right. Now, for the goalkeepers, Obviously, we are looking to have Stanley Nwabali called up by Coach Eric CHELLE. Stanley Nwabali will be called up, or will get a call up to the Nigeria squad by Coach Eric CHELLE. Maduka Okoye, all right, Maduka Okoye will be there, and I know that Nigerians do not like this goalkeeper at all because they think he's not a very good backup to Stanley Nwabali. Stanley Nwabali's quality, there's no doubt about that. He's an exceptional goalkeeper on the African continent. He showed it the last African Cup of Nations in Ivory Coast. He showed that he's a world class, or maybe close to a world class goalkeeper. But then Maduka Okoye as the backup to Stanley Nwabali is not one that Nigerians are happy with at all. But if you look at the pool of goalkeepers, I think he's the best option Nigerians will have right now in terms of experience, in terms of yes, playing at the highest level of football. He's there and about in Europe, is that not it? So maybe you give him the chance and just hope and pray that Stanley Nwabali will not get injuries. So Maduka Okoye, or do you have any other goalkeeping option you think the coach should call? You can leave that comment in the comment section of this video. Let's know who you think the coach should call. And the next goalkeeper to get a call up is likely to be Amos Obasogie. Amos Obasogie, playing his football in Tanzania, normally gets the third slot in terms of goalkeeping department for the Nigeria Super Eagles, and looks like he's going to get a chance this time round also. Now, the defenders. These are the likely defenders to be called. And I know that you can close your eyes and mention some of the defenders. The first one is Calvin Bassey. Calvin Bassey of Fulham is also in a form of his life. And that's the point I was making. That June 2024 and March 2025 are totally different times. And Rwanda and Zimbabwe shouldn't see that, oh, it's going to be difficult for Nigeria. Nigeria can really make this very easy, I'm telling you. Because if you look at Calvin Bassey, if you look at Ola Aina, if you look at Iwobi in the English Premier League, they are in the form of their lives. Ola Aina with Nottingham Forest, forcing to get the Champions League slot with Nottingham Forest. And he's in a very, very good form. In fact, with Ola Aina, we heard reports that Manchester City were looking to recruit him to replace the right back who left Manchester, that's Kyle Walker. So Ola Aina is also doing very well, and he will also be called. So Calvin Bassey, the first defender to be called. Ola Aina will also be called. Obviously, Bright Osayi Samuel will also be called. Very, very experienced and quality defender over there. William Trust Ekong, yes, captain of the side, will obviously get his flowers and get his call up to the Nigeria Super Eagles for the FIFA World Cup 2026 qualifiers that will be coming on. Bruno Onyamiachi will also be called to the Nigeria squad. Gabriel Osho, I'll give a call up to Gabriel Osho because since he made that move to France, Auxerre, he's doing very well with the French club Auxerre, and yes, they started the season very well, but this time they've dipped. But Gabriel Osho's quality is very evident even after Leeds United relegation from the English Premier League is still there. And then the last slot I'll give to Victor Collins. Victor Collins will get the last slot in terms of the defenders. So the goalkeepers and the defenders likely to get a call up to the senior national team Super Eagles for the FIFA World Cup qualifiers versus Rwanda and Zimbabwe. The goalkeepers are Stanley Nwabali, Maduka Okoye, and then Amos Obasogie. Defenders Bright Osayi Samuel, Calvin Bassey, William Trust Ekong, Ola Aina, Bruno Onyamiachi will also be called, Gabriel Osho, and then Victor Collins. These names are pending injuries. Obviously, anything can happen in the coming month. There's 1 month. I told you 1 month until the game. A lot of things. We are just praying that they will be both injury free for all of these players, and we'll see how things go. But if you have players, or you think that certain players shouldn't be called, certain players should be called, you can leave all the comment section in the. You can leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section. Who knows? Maybe the coach will be watching this and will be monitoring the players you will be mentioning in the comment section. Thank you very much for staying with us. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.